guys? Welcome back. Another wonderful part we have here. A part shark cart with the lart of mart. Okay, it's the Koopa. Today we're finishing off Twaka, start our version 3 stuff. So this is the this is the part where I cough. This is the delirious sounds. Oh my goodness, can I talk today? Delirious Sandstone Ruins, and we're about halfway through this dungeon. Of course, you know what we're fighting at the end. It's gonna be some monster in a card or whatever, but hope everybody's having a good whatever day I upload this on. Hope we're having a fun little start to version 3. Last time, on the rants, we ranted about Nintendo and how terrible they are, so I suppose today I could talk about that wonderful launch title a little bit as we get started here. I did look up a little bit more on Mario Kart World. Once again, I'm putting in my vote for what I don't want to see in the gaming industry, as far as disgustingly overpriced products that overcut their value. And of course, I'm a huge karter fan. I love Mario Kart. I fell in love with Mario Kart on the Wii. And I was very good at it. I remember there were so many hackers on the Wii. There were so many hackers, and I managed to beat one or two of them. I remember one of the hackers just had the hard R word, the hard N word with the hard R. You know, the N word with the hard R on one of his saved phrases during the races. I don't even know how he did that, but yeah, it was pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, and still beat him. He was very mad. I could tell he was very mad. But nevertheless, I've heard that Mario Kart World is fun to people, but the problem is that Nintendo, just like always, just like we expected, they spent their entire development time, the entire 8 years for Mario Kart, on making sure the gameplay felt good, and that's it. That's it. You know, that's all the work they decided to do. You know, they didn't decide on working on mechanics, or maybe fleshing out the world, or, you know, making a good progression system, or, you know, maybe even giving you options of how to race. That's what people are mostly complaining about. But I'm complaining about all of it. You guys literally worked on nothing. Nothing. I'm not even going to say like they worked hard on the music, because it is a fact that there is a lot of music. But a lot of people are also forgetting the fact that Nintendo has always made good music. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that there's just not a lot of time dedicated to the actual music in the game. You know, there's not a lot of connected mechanics to it, if you will. So when I say that, I mean there's no way to view which songs you're playing. There's no way to decide which songs to play. There's no way to change the music. I'm talking about like a Smash Bros kind of mode. You know, like change the music for courses. There's also an entire free roam mode where you have no choice over music at all. And I'm a huge music guy, as you guys could probably clearly tell here. So that's one thing that really got on my nerves. But there's quite a few things, like for the fact that this is supposed to be the MMO open world Mario Kart, and you can't really just ride around the open world with your friends. You have to go in the specific course, in a specific way, You know, Nintendo just needs to let us play their shitty games in the way we want to play their shitty games. Not everybody is a dumb, idiot 5-year-old child who just wants to pick up controller and press A button and go. And stop fucking calling me. It's too early for that shit. The problem with most Nintendo games, most modern games for, you know, the damn consoles, is they just have a lack of options, a lack of ways to play. Which is why I very much enjoy this MMO. I will admit, you know, it's limiting in some aspects, but there are quite a few different ways to play. There's quite a few different modes to play, and as a matter of fact, I've been playing this game for about 2 to 3 years now, and I still don't think I've beaten all of the events, all the side missions, or well, definitely not all the quests, right? But I'm talking about all the specific side events and things like that. Like right now, I believe there's as of June 12th here, I believe there's a Wisdom Festival going on, which I am not participating in because I'm not smart. I'm not gonna act like I'm smart. You know, I'm not gonna delude myself into being smart. It's also just for like glam and stuff, and I don't really care. So that's the thing though. There's always new things happening. It's kind of like WoW in that respect, where they get a lot of repeat missions and events that you can go into and whatnot. But yeah, I enjoy the I enjoy the graphics. I enjoy the graphics, and I feel like one of the main reasons why I'm not burnt out on this bullshit is because I'm kind of like dipping my toes in the community. I'm not really investing myself too much into it. Like I intentionally went into the most dead guild. Well, not completely dead. It's like it's active, but it's casually active, you know. So I intentionally went into a very casually active guild, so I didn't really have to participate too much without feeling like an outcast. And although I will probably never get into guildmate chatter on this channel, because you know I feel like that's probably to me, you know, guys, don't, you know, get your panties in a wad. But to me, I feel like that's the least thrilling part of an MMO, you know? Guys, I don't know if you've ever realized this, but there are real people in real life that you can interact with. I know, I said blasphemy. I said blasphemy for my MMO and gamers, but me personally, I hate talking to people online through text. I hate it. It just disgusts me. And you know what? Nobody wants to do a phone call anymore because people are fucking weird. And Discord chats, I'm sorry, they get weirder. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Unless I know you in real life, talking to you on Discord feels weird to me. Because most of you Discord motherfuckers are weirdos. You know, it's just what I've discovered in life. And it's very easy to be a weirdo on Discord. Let's be real here. Just like Twitter. Sort of an open field for that. But the thing is, everybody has their own ways of interacting. Everybody has their own methods, you know, own things of, I guess, what works, essentially. And when you are interacting, say over text, and you know, some methods are better and some methods are worse. And then when you're interacting in real life, you know, some methods are better, some methods are worse. Whatever. Essentially, what I'm saying is my method of communication doesn't go well over text at all. I mean, I don't even think it goes well over speech, but certainly not over text very well. Certainly not. Certainly misconstrued, misunderstood. I feel weird, they feel weird, I don't like it, it takes a lot of effort from me, yada, yada, yada. And I sound like a 4-year-old. Like, you can't type words? I'm like, no, I can't type words. I can't type words, and nor do I want to learn the skill to type 5,000 per minute. Like, why would I want to do that? I'd rather learn to play this game like a modern god. Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that, right? So he kidnapped her, but the snake isn't reacting, so he's found out she's not the real royalty. But don't worry, Dustin's here. Dustin's here to save the day. Oh? Oh no. See, I love this version 3 because we get to see who the actual lineage of the royal kingdoms are. And so Dustin was her adoptive father, and they all thought she was the royalty, but apparently this snake has other plans for them. So we're gonna go save our boy Dustin. Of course, he's not gonna get kidnapped because he's too Dustin. So, yeah, that's what's happening there. But let me get back to Mario Kart World. Let me get back to this fucking rant, guys. The problem with this open world Mario Kart is not that just, you know, the whole story thing, you know, there's no place that the game can go narrative wise. I'm saying there's no place that the game goes past the first 2 fucking hours. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. You know, I don't think there's been an actual upload of the entire soundtrack on YouTube, but I really do think you can beat the entire game casually before you even hear every song that the game has to offer. That's how bare bones this trash is. And if they release DLC for this that is anything more than $0, I don't know what I'll do, but you know, it's I feel like that is what Nintendo is going to do, and they're trash for doing it, in my opinion. Because the gamers deserve more. For $80, Especially when the last Mario Kart was $60. They're saying this one costs $20 more, and I can't choose what course to do, and there's no tournaments, and the battle mode is ass. It's like literally missing features from the last game. And the fact that they have these awesome wall running modes, these awesome new flying mechanics and everything. And you can't use 200cc. That is crazy to me. That is crazy to me that there's no 200cc at launch. This is made for 200cc. You know, these speedrunners are fuming. They're mad. Why aren't you madder? Why aren't you more angry? I am frothing at the mouth to see some 200cc tech with these new mechanics. And you know what, I can't. Because Nintendo decides to be lazy bitches and say, you know what, 150 is fine, it's fast enough, we don't want you guys to break the game too fast. Fuck you. Fuck you! A lot of things about it don't make sense. One thing in general is the fact that a lot of stuff is actually locked off, even from free roam mode. Like, you can't do certain courses in free roam. I'll go up and get the spoiler here. This Rainbow Road is not in free roam. Yeah, and there are free roamable, quote-unquote, areas in there, and it's just not available. So we're just going to release courses now that you can't even free roam, so why not then have 3-lap races that we could go to? I don't know. There's so much shit stripped away from it, you know? And like I said, the gameplay loop is trash. You really don't unlock things regularly, like with different parameters. Like, think back in the day when we were playing Melee, and you know, to unlock Mr. Game & Watch, you had to like play on every stage and then play it multiple times, and unlock Mewtwo, you had to like play with Pikachu on Poke Floats, and then, you know, different things, right? In this game, guess what you do to unlock characters? You get an item. That's what you do to Kart. You get an item. Well, what do we do to unlock? You get an item. But what do we do to get an item? What do you do? So, you know, what I will praise them about this unlocking system, though, is that you can kind of do anything in the game to unlock stuff. No matter what you do, you're rolling towards unlocking more costumes and vehicles. Because I think that's the main thing you unlock. I think there's like coin collectibles and question mark blocks and P-switches in the free roam mode, but yeah, that's mostly what you unlock there. And I'm not saying, you know, Mario Kart Wii or Mario Kart 8 had a you know, crazy in-depth unlock system, and you kind of just collected coins, and the coins were like, hey, here's a new thing. It wasn't really like moving the needle forward at all. But is it a stretch to say this is stepping backwards? Because we have like what, 2-3 different currencies for the same thing? Back in the day, it was just coins, right? But guys, it costs $20 more, so we have to get more stuff for you to collect so you can... Bro, I'm about to punch somebody, I swear to God. Just the money hungriness of Nintendo. And I understand some guys are like, I have to buy it for my kids or whatever, but I'm like, dog, if I was really raising kids in this economy, I really don't want them to be a slave in the same way that I am a slave. Like there are better things to base your childhood on. You can even base your childhood on the old games that you played instead of buying this new trash and pirate it. But you know, I'm not telling you to do illegal things. I'm saying if you have the capital, you got to use it wisely and put your vote in where you want to put your vote in. I'm just saying, guys, don't break the bank for this stuff. I know some people who really got the Switch 2 and the Mario Kart bundle, and people who even bought the $10 manual. Like that game, to explain the mechanics of the Switch 2 costing $10 when Astro's Playroom was free, and Astro's Playroom won an award too. That's kind of crazy. Like, I feel like that was the most Nintendo game we've ever had in a long time. In a long time. You know, they haven't made 3D Mario since Odyssey, and that was basically like it felt really good. It felt like the 3D Mario that we wanted for so long. But yeah, Nintendo, it's clear that they don't care about the magic anymore. And honestly, I don't know if they ever did. I don't know if they ever did. I don't know if the people that are really running the strings there really had any agency over the justice, over the hearts, and you know the way they want to squeeze the general consumer base dry. You know, because they've locked in the market. You know, I don't mean like it's so evil for them to you know to capitalize on the market like this. I find it amazing how they still somehow manage to farm goodwill. It's like, are these games really that good, or are we just blind? I don't really think these are without merit, without criticism. But that's the thing. They just focus on the gameplay, the feeling you have when you're moving your character with your controller. And it's hard to argue against that when it feels good, you know? It's hard. It's really, really, really fucking hard. I think that's a main art of video games, you know, and Nintendo really defined it. I don't know why so many American companies haven't figured it out and are over here working on stupid shit like graphics, sound, you know, performance. I guess performance a little bit, but really it's all game feel. It's all 110% game feel. If your character moves how you want it to move on the controller, it's gonna be a good time, no matter what. No matter what. And I think that's what people are enjoying about good old Mario Kart, which is okay. You know, enjoy what you want to enjoy. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna stop you. I hope everybody has a good day, good time with Mario Kart. Good day, whatever I upload this on. I'm not knocking you for buying the system. I'm not saying we need to boycott it. I'm not saying any of that shit. I'm just telling you what my opinion is. We need to all make balanced and well-informed opinions on this shit because to me it matters. To you it probably matters because you're watching an old-ass, over decade-year-old MMO video. So probably matters to you. So I would say stay well-informed. Just look out what's happening on the Switch. Look at what's happening in our world. I know the news sucks right now because a lot of people decide what the truth is, you know? But if you look at enough sources, the truth will reveal itself. Good old 2025, baby. You're the truth, okay? Alright. So, next time we're going to Eltona. As I said here, she put the tracking device on our guy, so these cutscenes in Eltona are going to be pretty dope, pretty baller. I hope you're ready. I hope you're prepared. I hope you make wise economic decisions. We are Dustin's Defender. Got my double D's on. Oh, yeah. I'll see you guys later. Subscribe.